So, Angela, I'd love it if you would tell me about like how, when you came here before the restaurant opened, Uchi had already been opened, and you didn't know what you'd be doing in this space, did you? Like, how did you figure out what Top Knot would be?
Well, I mean, initially I came and spent 2 weeks downstairs with the crew at Uchi Dallas. Yeah. And I knew nothing about Dallas.
And where did you come here from?
I was working at Uchiko in Austin. I just moved back to Texas at the time, and this project was presented to me, and I felt like it was an opportunity worth taking a look at. I feel like everything this company touches is always successful and very special. So it's, I spent time with the people downstairs. It won me over because, everybody was just amazing. Just very friendly and very energetic, and I loved that energy. So, when I came up here and I saw the space, because the space is already here, minus some of the details that we have now. But I knew this would be something special. So I was all in, but initially, we knew we had a space, but we didn't have a menu. We didn't have an identity. Yeah. So coming into this project and being able to develop that with the boys like Rusty and Alex, my two sous chefs.
So that's Rusty Hicks and Alex Estranti.
Yeah, Rusty Hicks and Alex Estranti. They both were sous chefs downstairs at Uchi Dallas. So they came on board with me shortly after I was here, and there was a moment for a couple of weeks where I was just up here alone in this sort of makeshift kitchen, just trying to cook and figure things out, and not really knowing what direction to go.
But was Tyson Cole, who's the founder of Uchi, the chef who created it, was he involved in that process as well? Tyson was involved, definitely. His ideas, just being an inspiration for us. Initially, it was just Rusty, Alex, and myself, and our mentor, Chef Steve, who's the culinary director of the company. He's the one that's been sort of like the guiding force for us. But once Alex and Rusty came up, was kind of a scary moment for me, because at that point I realized things, this is happening. Things are getting real. I'm not just up here just playing around with food anymore. We had to create a menu. Right. But had you ever been executive chef of a restaurant?
I was in this place in LA, in West LA, called Flores. I think it's a different concept now. But this is the first opportunity for me as an executive chef of a restaurant of this caliber.
And here you are getting to create the whole thing from whole cloth. Yeah. Which must have been really something.
It's very special.
How did that make you feel? What was that like?
It was intimidating. It is intimidating because we just want to succeed. We want to do well. And as I probably mentioned before, we have brother like Uchi and Uchiko, who are already very successful, making incredible food, and we just wanted to be able to deliver on that same standard.
So how did you go about it? How did you figure out what dishes to do, or what or what the menu would feel like, or I sort of hate that word concept, but I guess it's reasonable to use the word concept when you're conceptualizing a restaurant. How did you do that, and what were maybe some of the first dishes, what did that process look like?
We spent 4 months in development up here, which is very, very rare for
like a luxury.
Yeah, it was a complete luxury. Part of that time was without a proper kitchen. Rusty would bring in his equipment from home, and we would cook with that.
His Bunsen burner.
Seriously, his kitchen equipment, his KitchenAid, induction, blender. We were working on home equipment for about a month. And we're also working in a construction zone at the time too, because we're still working on the kitchen and stuff like that. So it was a challenge, but the way we started was just sort of guidelines for ourselves. We started with certain categories, what
what things do we want to focus on. We knew we wanted buns, there was going to be hand rolls, there was going to be a vegetable section, so we kind of worked with an outline of a menu.
So you knew that it have some sort of at least vaguely Asian feeling, or?
Definitely, I mean, naturally, I think that was going to be a progression for us, to go down that route. I mean, we knew especially being literally attached to Uchi, we wanted it to be inspired by Uchi, and we wanted to be able to complement Uchi and vice versa. So I think having that Japanese, that Asian core was a natural for all of us. Yeah. And then from there, we just started cooking. I mean, we would each take an idea, we would talk about it, we would each take a dish, we would cook it, we would work on it, and we would taste. And
can you walk us through one of those, like what that process was like with one dish?
Well, it starts with the idea, obviously, and we try to work as organized as possible. So even goes into like having like a prep list and outline, what those components are, down to how many portions of each, sort of notes. We always document everything, basically. Everything's documented and edited that day, and then we come back the next day and then we recreate based off of those edits. And then we taste and we eat the food and then we talk about it again, and that's pretty much how.
So like pick one dish, maybe your favorite dish, and tell us, like, walk us through how you developed it.
I'll talk about the chicken bun, because that one, funny enough, like that one little sandwich took 4 months to develop. Like I remember, like the first time we ate it, we tasted it. It was just Rusty and I up here, and we were like, "Oh yeah, this is it. We nailed it. This is awesome." And I actually have a photo of it. And then we started, we would continue to repeat that process just for consistency's sake, and realize, it could be a little bit crispier, it could be a little bit spicier. This could be this. The bun could be softer. It needs more butter. Too much salt. Whatever the case may be. And we would just tweak and just do research and go back, and it took 4 months to get to where it is now, which is just funny to us because we thought we had nailed it the first time. But it's still a constant process. I mean, even though the menu is established and we have recipe book is there, like things are always being adjusted just to make it better. There's always opportunities to do that.
And how frequently will you be changing up menu items?
We're actually in the process of doing it right now. We just had a meeting with the chefs in regards to the changes, mainly based off of season. So we'll be doing some changes within the next couple of weeks. We're doing R&D today and going to start tasting some things as well. And also, like, for us, just to keep us like excited and engaged. Even though we've been open for 2 months, we've been cooking this food for like 6 months.
Right.
So we're ready for something new, and just to keep it exciting for our guests as well, because fortunately we have like repeat customers. We have regulars that come in like 3 or 4 times a week, which is amazing for us. So it feels like we're doing something right. So we want to be able to give them something.
So I think I made that point in the review, that like it feels like a place you would want to come a lot if you could, and so. But it's not a huge menu, and there aren't specials. So, like, have you found that that's an issue, or will you be adding specials?
It's just a process right now. I mean, because we just opened, so a lot of it has to do with training our staff and making sure that things are consistent, and just establishing, okay, this is top notch. This is our identity. This is the menu. This is who we are, and using that as a platform from here on out to start flip the switch on some things and just really just start to cook now and have fun with it. And brunch just happened too, so that's kind of presented another sort of challenge for us in terms of just having to, it's almost like doing a whole nother opening right now. So that we've had to shift our focus to brunch, to make sure that that's dialed in, and that menu's, we're happy with it, and everything's being produced consistently. So it's kind of like doing a little toggling back and forth right now. So
what are some of the brunch dishes that you're excited about?
The baked eggs actually is one of our favorites.
What is that like?
It's like our version of a shashushka. So it's like this sort of like spicy tomato sauce with some sort of like Moroccan flavors. Drop in a couple of eggs and let them sort of soft poached in there, served with some nice crusty bread. Yeah, that's
So
exciting for us.
Are the brunch plates designed to be shared as the dinner plates are?
The brunch menu is a little different. I mean, just with it being brunch, we also realize people are going to kind of want to eat like a la carte, you know, get their own like dish. So we've created the brunch menu to be formatted more so like each person has their own dish. But a big part of the program as well is the pastry program. So I mean, I think that's a good opportunity for guests to sort of have fun and share like a bakery board, you know, that has like a selection of like cornbread or like muffins, kolaches, like, you know, things like that, assortment of things, and those will be interchangeable as well.
So and the pastry chef is Keith Sedodal.
Yes.
Am I saying his name
Keith
right?
Citadel.
Sedodal.
Okay.
Yeah.
He joined us from Stephen Piles. So
Yeah, and I think he's one of the best pastry chefs in town. So
he's amazing. He's a great person too. So we've been having a lot of fun. He's been a great addition to our team.
So he gets to shine on the brunch menu.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's all him right there. Yeah.
Well, Angela, it was really great to meet you and talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.